Disney has been bringing our favorite animated features to us again in live action forms. This is the Fa Mulan, a cocktail inspired by the upcoming live action film, Mulan.
You will die pretending to be something you're not. Yet here I stand, proof that there is a place for people like us.
A girl threatens our plans.
A warrior.
Welcome, adventurers, to the Side Quest Bar. Today, we're going to be bringing you a velvety cocktail inspired by Disney's live-action movie, Mulan. Today, to help me do that, I'm bringing in my buddy, mixologist Luke Barr.
Hey, Sarah, how's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Doing good, doing
Thanks
good.
for doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Disney, live-action, Mulan. Thoughts?
Childhood, like now reimagined into the adulthood version for me. Because I'm sure we're about the same age. We watched Mulan as kids, and it was like this really powerful young girl who was a total badass. I don't know if I can say
Yes.
that, but she was a BA. And then now we're getting to see the live action, which is taking a little bit of a different turn in my mind, where we're really seeing this come to fruition where young girls aren't watching this animated fantasy. They're
Right.
watching a real person be a BA.
I
So
know.
yeah.
And this trailer makes me so excited because it looks like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yes,
It
very
like
much.
levels her up. I know we're not gonna have Mushu, we're not gonna have Shang. Moment of silence for them.
I will remember you.
But I think it's still gonna be awesome because Mulan is a character. Little synopsis in case you live under a rock and you don't know what Mulan is about.
All right, that's it. Dishonor. Dishonor on your whole family. Make a note of this. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
Stop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's about a girl named Fa Mulan, where there's a giant war in China and her father is called, but he's really old. So instead, she disguises herself as a boy named Ping and saves all of China from the Huns. You're welcome. And
That-
that's how you do it like a girl.
That is a perfect synopsis in about 30 seconds. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
right? Now, Disney is like all about these live action movies, right? So they started a few years ago with Cinderella, and then we got into some not so great ones with like Beauty and the Beast and Lion King. I know. But, you know, like Aladdin was way better than it should have been.
It was.
So, which gives me hope that this one will also
Yes.
be just as good. Well, should we make a cocktail?
Yes. Okay. So we've designed a cocktail based on Mulan, which we call the Fa Mulan, which was this beautiful, young, innocent being that then became this strong, tough woman. And what represents that to me is kind of like a flower, a rose.
Oh, yeah.
So we based this cocktail on a rose and using a couple different things, all rose inspired, flower inspired. So a couple things that really go into that. One, you can use like a rose syrup. Flowers are very big,
Yes.
especially hibiscus. These are two different options you can use. One has the hibiscus in rose syrup.
Oh.
One is just a straight rose syrup. We're gonna blend the two because we're crazy.
He's fancy.
I know, for a little bit of flavor, we're actually gonna use a French liqueur, but this one comes from an apple liqueur. I know, this is
Oh.
called Calvados Appellation, and it's really nice, and it's gonna blend in and give us a nice little adult ting to it.
Like it.
Keeping with the flower ingredients, rose water. Once again, rose, 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 but it's all hibiscus, it's all about flowers, and it's all about that strong thing that looks really feminine, but will prick you if you get too close, just like Mulan.
You're welcome.
And last but not least, we chose a really fun thing, egg whites, and of course, Neft Ultra Premium Vodka. So we gotta do
Oh,
this
you
thing.
moved it. I was Vanna Whiting
Oh.
it.
Now you said velvety.
Yeah, that's what you told me to say, and I was like, what is velvety?
Most people don't associate velvet with cocktails. And
Right.
what that means is it kind of sits with you. It has legs on it, kind of like a nice red wine with strong tannins that sits with you for a little while, almost coats your mouth.
Got it.
We're gonna do the same thing, and that's where the egg white comes in. It's gonna make it thicker and really velvety.
So if you want a little extra protein, you drink this cocktail.
About an ounce. Yes,
Right.
about an
Wow.
ounce of egg white in your
All
cocktail.
you bodybuilders out there, welcome to your cocktail.
You can Rambo this cocktail, you guys.
Let's do it.
Let's make it, all right. Strong name for a strong cocktail. So we're gonna use our little mixing glass here.
'Kay.
We're gonna build this cocktail in the traditional way, which means ingredients first, alcohol last.
Oh.
And this is a fun tip for you guys at home or bartenders out there, you guys probably already know this. If you put the alcohol first, then you make the drink and mess it up, guess what? You've now lost your alcohol. Put all the mixers in first, alcohol last, that way if you mess up halfway through, you didn't waste your booze.
That's a really good tip because that's not how I make cocktails at home.
Most people don't, that's okay though. So we're gonna start with our citrus here. We're gonna do about 0.75 ounces of citrus. That's almost 1 ounce, you guys. Don't take these too seriously. If you're a little off, that's okay. Then we're gonna do a fun blend of both our rose syrups, because I like to live dangerously. Just like Mulan, she was strong. We're gonna be a little strong. And we're gonna do almost 1 ounce again, and I'm gonna do a little half and half here. I know it's hard to see for you guys at home.
It's all right, I can see.
You can see, and
And
that's
I can
all
attest
that
it's half
matters.
and half.
2 different kinds of rose syrup in there, just like that.
Boom.
Of course, we're gonna take our Calvados. Now this is an apple like liqueur made in France, but instead of using this, because we only need a little bit, I'm gonna use this little eyedropper here. Do about 3 or 4 drops. It goes a long way. It's like truffle oil. You'll taste it.
We went there. We have a dropper.
We have a dropper. And then something kind of fun, you guys, egg white. This is where that velvet comes in. We're gonna do a whole ounce of egg white. So all the way to the top there in the cocktail. And last but not least, the most important part, the booze, the alcohol. So we're gonna go in here.
How much
Top
of this?
this 1.75 ounces, so almost 2. Once again, if you like to live dangerously,
So like, if you don't have this fancy little thingy at home, like can you use a little shot glass?
you can to some extent. You just have to know what the actual measurement is.
Play with
If
it.
not, there's a way you can get around.
Toy with it.
Yeah, play with it. Mess it up. It's fine. The last thing we're gonna do is normally you add your bitters last. We're gonna add just a little bit of rose water, 2 dashes of this, and that's really gonna add the aromatics in the nose. It's very important to a cocktail. You smell it, you see it, you feel it, and you hear it before you actually taste it. So if it looks pretty,
Sure.
it'll probably taste good.
Yeah, it's just like food, guys.
That is true. Now, we talked about the dry shake a little bit. Now, this is
Yeah,
very
I don't
important
know
with
what
this
that
cocktail.
means.
It just means we're shaking without ice. It's
Oh.
not a wet shake, it's a dry shake.
I feel
So
like
we're
I
gonna-
should have known that.
It seems really simple,
That
but we've
makes
never done
sense.
it. So we're just gonna take all the ingredients, dump it into our shaker tin here just like that, top it, and give it a quick shake, shaking real nice and hard, trying to mix up all these ingredients like this. Now, there's nothing in
Like
here.
you're a professional, and I'm just like over here in fear.
Now, if you did it right, this should almost push itself open and separate just a little bit because it's got pressure built up in
That
there,
smells amazing. Hold on.
right? That's the aromatics.
I like it.
Almost kind of orchardy, right? Like
Yeah.
a flower orchard. We're just gonna throw some good old ice in here. We're gonna give it another shake. Slap that down.
Just gonna lean with the rock with it. Oh, it's dancing.
Still dancing. Shake it, shake it, shake. Just like that. We've got a nice little glass here. Take a strainer and just nice and slow. This is gonna look real thick, real white at first.
That's so pretty.
You ever had a Guinness at a bar and they pour it and then all of a sudden it kind of separates?
Yeah.
And it kind of sinks down and you can look at the side of the glass and it almost looks like it's trying to separate itself. You're gonna see the same thing here. Eventually we'll be left with what's called a white proud. Now that's the top of the cocktail, the proud. That means
Proud?
It's called the proud, believe it or
Got
not.
it.
That's when the foam or the head of a cocktail or a beer sticks above the glass just a little bit and creates a little bit of a curve in it. So we'll just leave that just like that.
So fancy.
Let that sit for 1 second. Now you see a little bit how it's starting to separate on the sides? Once we get a nice thick froth on top, and you'll see that'll build just a little bit, we're gonna take one of these fantastic oriental lilies here. And we're just gonna drip it right into the side. Just let it sit on there.
Look at that. So pretty. I love it. I like don't even want to drink it because it's so pretty.
I know. Now this is the one that actually hurts your feelings a little bit because even though you make it, you have to wait like 30 seconds or a minute to really let the full cocktail separate and settle. And that's when you really have the correct flavors. I know, right? We're almost watching the watches now. Don't worry, just like Mulan, we can jump the gun a little bit. You can have a sip of this
Okay.
cocktail.
I
Go
was
for it.
like, can I? There's like, okay. It's just lovely. I'm expecting velvety, right?
Just a little bit of velvet, yes. It'll sit on the tongue.
Oh wow.
I know. And then I'll show you something fun if you want. Set that back
Okay.
down for a second.
My
For
hair
all those guys that
everywhere.
want to take it just an extra step further, if you still have that eyedropper,
Yeah.
what you can do is just take a couple little drops here and put it right on top. And create your own little patterns.
Look at you. It's like it's a latte.
Just like a latte. That's it, the
That's
Fa Mulan.
awesome. It's so light, and I know like some people might be afraid of floral things because not everyone likes the elderflower, the rose, like
can be a lot.
earthy things. But this doesn't overpower in any way, especially with like how many different ones you use. They blend together so nicely.
Well, they have the same base origin, so they kind of do blend together well, but also the egg white is going to take everything and bland it just a little bit. It's going to cut it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a touch of that. And then, of course, that French Appleton liqueur, which is the only thing that's not based on Mulan, actually, but sticks with the orchard feel, is really what's going to give it that adult tinge.
It's so good, you guys. Please, you need to make this at home, because oh my God. Thank you for stopping by Adventurers to the Side Quest Bar. If you would like to make the Fa Mulan, the items are listed in the description below. And thank you for allowing Luke to make a man out of you.
Mr. I'll make a man out of you.
Remember to drink responsibly, and good luck on your quest. See you next time.